Hey everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hi, we're Slow Starters.
We are slow starters.
You always. Never mind.
Repeat
Okay.
after you. Repeat after you.
Wow, it's already like end of February.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
I know it's crazy. It's been
Cherry
crazy.
blossom is coming
Well,
here.
probably within a month. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should have Hanami podcast then.
Yeah, for sure.
Podcast
outside.
recording.
Maybe in the park. Could you explain what this channel is about?
So we have the motto
Yeah, we have
for
model.
the
Yeah.
show.
Mhm.
It's never too late to starting or pursuing what we want to try
Yeah.
to achieve.
Okay.
That's our motto.
Yeah.
So hopefully throughout our show,
hmm
we want to try new things
Yeah.
and share our learnings,
hmm
and eventually we want to create a community.
Yeah.
That's
eventually.
our goal.
True. So today we would like to talk about some sort of like a reflection or recap for our previous guest Konami
Konami.
for the last episode.
Yes, she was fantastic.
So Konami has been my friend for a couple years, and we invited her as a guest to this show.
Yeah.
Konami has 7 different job titles.
7.
Yeah, it's amazing. First, she managed accounts for other people's social media,
Okay.
company and stuff like that. And then she also does a consultant for company and so for social media.
Social media.
So she's
Digital
also a
marketing,
social media
SNS,
consultant.
yeah.
Yes, and she works as a financial planner.
Yes.
And-
Finance.
and she's also a influencer, and she also works as a videographer / photographer.
She produces contents too.
Yeah, she
Wow.
creates contents as well.
Okay.
And she's also Nike's official instructor,
Officer.
fitness instructor.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she added one more in the end. She worked as a model as well.
Yeah, I remember. I
Yeah.
think in our episode we just said 6, but actually she
She added in the
7,
end like
yeah.
one more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So seven different job titles that she has,
Wow.
which is kind of incredible. Yeah.
multi-talent for
Very,
sure.
very, yeah. And then the reason why we invited her to our show is because we assume that there are so many people who are actually kind of hesitant
Yeah.
to decide what they want to do.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are scared of taking a step forward.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from her too.
You learn.
Yeah.
I learned too.
What was your first impression of her? Because that was the first time you saw her, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So easy to talk. She's very friendly and a likable person for sure.
Yeah.
I thought like by hearing
Mm.
what you were talking about her,
Mm-hmm.
I thought she would be more like really strong personality.
Yeah.
But she was very like flexible. Like how can I say it? She has a like, really strong mindset, but at the same time she's very flexible and
Soft.
easy to I think have the conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think what I was super impressed about her while we were talking on the show, she basically tries to listen quite a lot.
Yeah.
And try to learn something from us too.
Yeah.
So basically every second, an hour before, an hour later,
Yeah.
her thoughts becoming more
Clear.
and then updated.
Yeah.
So we see like her progress there.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like in an hour
Yeah.
of recording
Yeah.
time. She was already grew a lot from it. It was quite
Because
interesting.
she was basically summarizing our
Yeah, sure.
episode
Yeah.
at the end.
That's true, yeah.
You
So
know, yeah.
we were quite impressed how she was so present
Yeah.
and eager to understand or eager
Yeah.
to learn new
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
And also that was the first time for me to meet her
Yeah.
in person.
Hmm.
But she didn't have any, how can I say, the guard or, the barrier. She was really open to talk.
Very open, yeah. So she started for one company
Yep.
at the age of 18 years old, and then she started living alone at the age of 19. So basically, what she told me is that she didn't have a good relationship with her own mom. So she thought about, okay, how can I make myself happy?
Yeah.
And then she thought about the way, right? She thought about like a lot of ways, and then she decided to leave the house and live by herself.
Be
and then
independent.
Yeah. And then she moved to Okinawa at the age of 20 years old, at the age of 20, and then she became like a top instructor in one company, a fitness instructor, and then she actually became a freelance at the age of 24.
Yeah.
And she became like a Nike's official trainer at the age of 25. And then she I think she built her own company at the age of 27. And then 28, she started working as a financial planner. What I was really impressed after talking to her, she is always thinking about what she wants to do. What's the goal?
Yep.
What the goals are for her, right? Yeah. And by having like very clear goal, she knows what to do. So she has no hesitation trying new things. She has no pride sticking with one job or anything.
Yeah.
Because she knows where she wants to go.
In Japan, like sometimes it's like easy to kind of, how can I say, trap the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Like people tend to stick with one job or one thing.
Yeah.
And people think that's good. Sometimes.
Yes.
But her case, she tries to new things,
Mm-hmm.
many things.
Yeah.
She's not afraid to change things.
Yeah.
So I think that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So by through our conversation during the shoot, I also kind of understood one of my biggest problems, especially in terms of achieving goals.
Interesting.
Yeah. So what I realized during our show, during our recording, I tend to overthink the part of how the method. I'm obsessed with how I should do it.
Yeah.
And I tend to forget where I want to go.
Yeah.
Like where I want to end up.
Yeah.
What my purposes are. And I love thinking about how I get there.
Yeah.
And then I tend to be lost so easily because I try to do it like in the most efficient way.
Yeah. And
as
you
possible.
wanna do it with better way, better quality,
always
better
always thinking about
performance.
the better way. And then there's something she said really, really impressed me and kind of changed my mind, is that she said, let's say if the goal is 1,000 steps away,
Yeah.
all you need to do is take one step forward 1,000 times.
Deep.
1,000, yeah, just one step at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be very common.
Yeah.
What she said is quite common for a lot of people, but it to me was just, I always think about 10 steps away.
Yeah.
I don't see what's gonna happen after taking one step forward.
Yeah. And sometimes until you take the step forward,
Yeah.
you don't see second step.
Yeah.
You cannot see that from start line or, yeah.
True. Yeah, it's true. And also she said something about because sometimes I always think about how I can achieve it.
Yeah.
How I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Without taking a step forward.
Yeah.
And basically what I have to do is just take one step forward, take a step. And then you see what's
next.
What's next.
Yeah.
Right.
And then continue to do that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
You will be there.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's easy to say, but it's hard. I think hard to actually do it, you know. It's easy logic, but it's hard to implement in our life.
Yeah. I mean, we tend to just imagine, okay, this is a scary part.
Yeah.
And this is like, oh, this is the reason why I'm so afraid of like taking a step.
Yeah.
But then you know what? You don't really know what's gonna happen like unless you take a step. Yeah,
That's exactly what Atsushi was saying, you know.
It's true,
Our
like-
previous guest.
Yeah.
He said, until you take a risk, you cannot fail.
Yeah.
And also, when he was in Japan, he was thinking about, like, what if this happens in
Yeah.
China? What if something like that? But until you go to actually China, you don't know what's going to happen and how you're going to grow. So I think when I was listening to what Konami was saying,
Yeah.
I was like thinking, oh, maybe it's same thing that what Atsushi was going through and saying. So interesting.
Yeah. Very inspiring. The method isn't that important.
Yeah.
As long as you understand your goal, just keep moving toward step
Yeah.
by step. That's I think that's what I learned.
Yeah. How
Perfect, yeah.
versus what
Yeah.
kind of thing?
I mean, of course,
Thing.
you it's also important to think about the how part, the
Yeah.
method part, right? But at the same time, just don't spend too much on that, you
Yeah.
know, because what you have to do is just like do it.
Yeah.
Our show can quite resonate with the idea,
Yes.
right? Because I remember when I wanted to quit my previous job,
Yeah.
the company, people think about a lot of risks and told me like, okay, if you quit, you're gonna get what? You're gonna get poor. You know, like, you know, working as a freelance is such a hard challenge.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like if you prefer stability, you should keep working in the company,
Yeah.
right? And then I could think of many different types of risks.
Yeah.
And got me really scared a lot. But you don't really know.
Until.
You don't really know until you actually face it.
Yeah.
And it was actually really hard, of course. Like I remember,
Yeah.
like back in 2018,
You
my
didn't have
saving,
money
my
or-
my bank account. Oh my god, I don't even want to remember. But then I was kind of worried about if I can afford the next month rent. And I actually have one dog at a time, one cat, living with the ex partner.
Yeah.
And we were both poor, and we were like, I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
Was that in Fukuoka?
I was in Fukuoka,
Okay.
but we got through it.
Yeah.
And since then, like, the work life has been very good.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, of course there,
Yeah.
the challenges here and there, but I never actually regretted quitting my previous company.
Yeah.
And now I feel very privileged to be able to work as a videographer
Yeah.
and a director as well. So I remember when I quit, it was 2017. I did not expect or imagine. I wasn't able to
Yeah.
imagine that I would feel this way
Yeah.
in 8 years later.
Yeah.
Like in 8 years. Yeah. So
until you actually do it, you cannot find out.
yeah. So just take a step.
Yeah.
If I know, like all those who are actually kind of hesitant to take
Yeah.
the step, or just make a decision, make a life good, big life decision.
Yes.
Just take a step and see how it goes.
I think taking a step part is easy,
Mm-hmm.
but to continue these steps
Mm-hmm.
are hard part.
That's true.
But in order to stick with these steps,
Mm-hmm.
what she was saying was basically, define the goal.
Mm-hmm. Yes, having
Clarify the
a
goal.
clear goal
Yes.
is the most important thing.
Yeah.
So that you know where to go.
Yeah. So
Right.
that you can continue these 1,000 steps.
I think it's also important to take a lot of time to think about what
Yeah.
you really truly want to do,
Yes.
where you want to end up,
Yeah.
right? Let's say I recently talked to one Australian girl
Mhm.
who wants to do something new,
Yeah.
and she decided to move to UK
Oh,
in
cool.
mid-April. She works as a pharmacist, but she doesn't want to work in a pharmaceutical field, and she wants to do something new, and that's her purpose. So she just decided to move to UK.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's not. I just guess it's not easy to give up or stop working for pharmaceutical
Field. Yes.
field. Yeah, right. Because I guess it's required to have license or qualifications.
She worked hard. She really worked
studied
hard.
maybe a lot,
Studied a lot
right?
to become a pharmacist.
But then she realized this is not maybe for her, and then to see different view, things like that, she decided to move to UK. That's
Yep.
that's amazing. I think also important to think what you don't want.
Oh yes.
Right?
Oh yes.
Sometimes people tend to think, only what we want. But sometimes, of course, it's important to think what you don't want.
Yep.
Then this is not for me. And we're going to find something else.
That's true. And then I think what I realized recently is that this mindset applies for everyday's life.
Yes.
Okay, when you wake up, first thing I do is, do the journaling,
Yes.
right? And then I set a small goal of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how I want to spend my day.
Yeah.
And then I know how I should spend a day.
Yeah.
For example, today I want to overcome this fear, or I want to control my emotion.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say I go to different cafe, or I bump into someone and I get mails, tons of emails, revisions for the video editing. And first thing I do is to take a deep breath and then try to control my emotions. Okay, this is not too bad. I can do that. I can handle it, right? And then step by step, I can be or I will be able to control emotion even more.
Yeah.
Right. I think it applies. We can also apply for everyday's life.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. And so this is kind of like not funny, but then there was a moment when I was talking to my mom for about a few hours.
Yeah.
We always do it at least once a month. I just have a phone call with my mom. I'm very close to my mom and my family, and but then since we're so close, sometimes I get really annoyed by her small actions and words. She doesn't really understand how I feel. She just thinks about only this and that, and I was like, it gets me really stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
And until end of 2023.
Yes.
Yeah. Until then, I remember at least once or twice a month we have arguments.
Yeah. You mentioned that before.
Yeah, but of course it's not the bad ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes we screamed at each other, but it's not it's like a friends.
It's part of a communication.
It's part of communication.
Yeah.
We forget that we scream. We become
get
just
mad
normal,
and
act
then,
normal. Yeah, in the end, after all. So it was good, but then I wanted to kind of avoid having arguments with my mom because I think we should spend time together peacefully rather than always being emotional. So I was in Nagasaki Prefecture a few days ago.
Yes.
As a work trip. I went there with my friend who's also my client. And then I decided to talk to my mom, just for no reason. Trying to catch up because I haven't have a phone call to my mom for a long time. So I called her, and at first I felt maybe just a 5-10 minutes call because I was busy. I was really tired after the shoot, and I wanted to go to the sauna on a hot spring, which come with the package in the hotel.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go, but then end up talking for 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours, and then there is a moment. There are actually a couple of moments we were kind of inch close to become so emotional.
Yeah.
But before calling my mom, I set the goal. All right. Today's call is not about being emotional.
Yeah.
Today's call about listen to her.
Yeah.
Right. So I kept telling myself, okay, this is my goal. This is my goal. This is my goal.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours at the end of the call, we were just like, of course, like we're physically away, but we're we're kind of hugged, you know.
Yeah.
We were like, it was such a nice phone call. It's so nice that we openly communicate like this and stuff like that. Right. So I think having a goals for even for a small thing is really important.
Yeah.
Like dieting or diet, what to eat, or exercise, for example. I want to just burn like let's say 1,000 calories by hitting the gym or something. It's just like having the small goals is really important. My biggest fear was to be lost and I don't know what to do. Like every morning I wake up and then if I don't know what to do, and I feel panicked or powerless, and I feel so depressed. So having even small goals during the day is also important, at least for me.
Because like once you set the goal, how part if one way doesn't work, then you can try another way. It doesn't work, you can try another way. So I think I have the same attitude towards setting goal and approaching the goal with Konami. So that was really nice to listen. Kind of same value from her, and also this 1,000 steps part concept. That's the exact reason why I'm doing a trail run. It's exact same reason. It's very easy to step forward. You just do running and then jog or run, whatever. One step. If you can run, everyone can do it.
True.
Right? But then like let's say 20 kilometer, you pass 20 kilometers. Your, I don't know, knee, foot, leg, everything's broken. You feel so painful. You want to stop. But then if you think about like how much you left the goal until the goal, like let's say 20 kilometer more, then maybe it's hard. But you just focus on next step. And that you just need to continue these next steps until you finish the 20 kilometer more. And you can finish. So if you focus on this just one step forward at the time, you can climb any mountain. You can finish any race. And that teaches you a lot. It's same with our life.
True.
So that is why I'm doing trail run. Maybe triathlon same. So I think I don't know how she learned that 1,000 step concept. But I learned from this experience, and I'm trying to apply it to our life. So that's why it was really interesting, and then excited to listen what she was saying. It's same value. It's quite inspirational. Oh, I mean, again, like maybe a lot of people already knew the 1,000 step concept, right? Or step-by-step concept or whatever it's called. But it's actually really, really, really important to just take a step. Yes. Quick question. How I now understand it's important to reflect on what we want to do, what the goal. How you reflect on your goal?
How do I?
Your case.
My case is basically what I do is journaling.
Journaling.
So
you write.
When I write, what I do first, when I write something on my notes is my emotion.
Emotions.
My emotion. Am I anxious? Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I satisfied? Fulfilled? All those small emotions, I write it. And then I write the reason why I feel that way. So maybe I'm anxious because of the conversation that I had with someone, or I still have like a broken heart, or still like in pain, or I'm happy because I managed to go to the gym every single day for the past few weeks or something. Like, sometimes like you really have to understand what's going on in your brain, right? Otherwise, you don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, you might know in that moment. So you have to understand the small element of your part of yourself.
Yeah.
That's why like I start writing, like it's like start from like writing the emotion I had that moment. And clear myself like okay, this is where I am, this is who I am. Okay, so in order, let's say if I want to become more peaceful, if I want to spend more peaceful time, then what I can do is to understand what's bothering me. And then if I know what's bothering me, I understand, okay, this is the approach I can do. So probably very similar to what Konami said. You have to understand like your purpose, you have to understand like your goal, your achieve, like where you end up, where you want to end up, right? So I think that's very similar to what she said.
Like I write also journaling, but maybe it's a little bit different approach. I write what I want to achieve, like the goal, and then I write a lot of how part. And then maybe this how part doesn't work, and then try this. But emotional part is, I think, less for me. But by listening to what you're saying, maybe I start to a little bit write. I mean, I write my emotional part in my journaling to just inspire me, to motivate me. Put those words. But I'm not maybe going deeper in terms of how I feel, sad, mad, stressed, anxious. Maybe I will do that too.
It might be. It might help you to like
I just
understand
try,
more, a little bit more.
Because it's just interesting for me, because I don't write these things, but me and you, it's really opposite always approach or personality wise. So maybe I try that.
So Konami is also quite different from other guests as well. Hey, she's very cool, but then soft and very determined. And very passionate, but she doesn't really show a lot of like her passion side. She's
unique.
Just like very unique, and show her like logic and everything. It's quite inspiring. We were very lucky to have her in our show.
It's easy to understand why she has so many followers.
True.
I think people want to support her, want to know her.
If you missed the previous episode, it was in Japanese. So if you understand Japanese, we would be really happy if you listen to our previous episode. But at the same time, we would also put some parts of the episode on the social media. So if you follow Slow Starter's social media, the Instagram account, then you'll be able to watch what she actually said in the show.
And also maybe people can follow Konami's
Instagram account. Yes.
She does TikTok too?
I'm not sure. Yeah, she does. She does.
Yeah,
she does TikTok, Instagram mainly. Those two. And Konami Yoga, type Konami Yoga, and you follow her. You can see what she makes in the social media. And also, most importantly, this Saturday,
people forgot about.
And then we apologize. We're not that active on social media, so that like a lot of people do not really recognize that we have our first event on this coming Saturday. Yes.
Shoot.
Yeah, the 1st of March. We're gonna do a running event, the morning community event, Asakatsu event. So if you're in Tokyo, if you have no plans in the mornings from 7:30 to 8:30, and after the run, it's just a 5K. We just casually run.
Easy going.
It's not like we run 1K we run like 4 minutes, like 30 seconds per kilometer. Not like that. We just casually.
It's jogging.
Yeah, it's a jog. So feel free to come to our event. So the meeting point is
the park.
The park?
Yeah.
Which park?
Meiji Meiji Park.
Meiji Park.
It's just new park right next to Olympic Stadium.
Okay.
There's a Starbucks.
Starbucks.
So people know. I think if you search
Meiji Park.
Meiji Park,
Okay.
You will see it.
Okay. 7:30 Meiji Park. Meiji Park.
So far,
Happy.
we just self-recruited. So we just need a voluntarily, people come and.
How many people are expecting to be there?
At least 10.
10.
For sure.
Wow.
Please.
Oh wow. Okay, that's not too
Please.
bad. Anyway, we're so happy if you show up, and we get connected, and just let me know about the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can have a coffee too.
Yeah. So we're
After
planning to have a coffee together after the run. So feel free to join the coffee pod as well. All right.
Yes.
Anything that you wanna say in this episode?
Even if you don't come, we will do it.
Yeah. All right. Determination. We're
And
so
discipline.
determined. Even if
Discipline.
it's just even the participants, it's just only us. We'll
Yes,
just
we will do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's also
And
fun
then-
too.
Continue to do that.
Yeah.
1,000 steps.
One step at a time. All right. Thanks for listening again, and we'll see you soon next week.
See you soon next week. 3, 2, 1. Slow starters.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.